Hi everyone, I'm Layla. There are horror games that make you jump just from the trailer, and the ones coming next promise to terrify even the bravest players. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe, drop a like, and hit the bell so you won't miss any of the upcoming releases. In this video, I'll take you through the 10 most anticipated new horror games, a journey through nightmares and darkness you won't forget anytime soon. The third entry in the Little Nightmares saga brings players back to the eerie, surreal world of the Nowhere, this time with two new protagonists, Low and Alone. The big addition is online co-op, letting you experience the nightmare with a friend, making everything even more tense and unpredictable. The series' signature fairy tale meets disturbing tone is intact, with locations that feel like worked dreamscapes. Each area is a gothic work of art, decaying cities, shadowy corridors, and towering monsters embodying childhood fears. Direction and art design constantly push discomfort, while the soundtrack emphasizes the protagonist's isolation and fragility. Environmental puzzles and platforming keep the pace high and the tension constant. Little Nightmares 3 isn't just out to scare. It tells a symbolic story through silence, metaphor, and powerful imagery. A slow-burn nightmare that won't let you go. Perfect for players seeking something as poetic as it is unsettling. With Resident Evil Requiem, the legendary survival horror series returns with a chilling new setting, the enigmatic Wrenwood Hotel. The location becomes a character in itself. Dark rooms, tight corridors, and mysteries reminiscent of the series' most iconic chapters. Classic horror vibes meet modern tech and fresh mechanics. You can switch at any moment between first-person and third-person views to match your preferred style. Ammo is scarce and enemies are many, preserving that constant sense of vulnerability. Exploration is key. Every door could hide a crucial secret, or a deadly creature waiting to strike. The plot teases twists and new faces, blending mystery with the series' signature bioterror. Requiem aims not just to add a chapter, but to recapture Resident Evil at its very best. Supermassive Games pushes its anthology into space with Directive 8020. After an incident aboard an interstellar vessel, survivors confront unknown threats on an alien world. Isolation, the unknown, and strange life forms merge into a perfect sci-fi horror cocktail with thick psychological tension. The hallmark branching narrative returns. Every choice can save or doom a character, dramatically altering the story's course. The constant risk of loss makes each playthrough unique. Claustrophobic atmosphere and cinematic presentation promise an immersive, nerve-wracking experience. Ideal if you love horror that feels like an interactive film packed with twists. Ill has become one of the most talked about indie horrors thanks to its grotesque style and extreme body horror. You'll move through damp, claustrophobic spaces, facing deformed creatures and living nightmares. The focus is psychological dread over cheap jump scares. Every encounter gnaws at both body and mind. Hyper-real rendering makes everything feel uncomfortably tangible. Limbs twist, bodies contort, and environments seem to pulse and breathe. Instead of easy shocks, Ill builds relentless oppression that tests your resolve. Every step forward takes courage. An experimental, disturbing vision that aims to be a new indie horror touchstone, Ill won't leave anyone indifferent. The Occultist drops you into a remote village steeped in dark legends. Invisible presences seem to watch your every move as ancient rites return to haunt the living. The deliberately gothic setting is thick with unease and immersion. Gameplay alternates exploration, puzzles, and moments of pure terror. Light and shadow are core mechanics. A dark corner can hide a vital tool or a lethal threat. It's not about shooting everything that moves, it's about caution and ingenuity. Driven by narrative and oppressive mood, The Occultist promises psychological horror that leaves mental scars more than physical ones. A constant tension mystery to unravel step by step. The Sinking City 2 returns to its Lovecraftian roots, immersing you in a flood-threatened city haunted by cosmic forces. Waterlogged streets, shadowy alleys, and crumbling buildings set the stage for an investigation blending mystery with otherworldly dread. Gameplay mixes inquiry and combat, with a clue system that rewards careful observation. Narrative choices shape the story and fates of key characters, deepening the feeling that nothing is truly under control. Atmosphere is everything. Uneasy silences, sudden apparitions, and a constant sense of disquiet from start to finish. Perfect if you crave slow burn, oppressive horror thick with tension. Ritual Tides offers a fresh spin on horror built around occult rites and cooperative dynamics. Players must collaborate to complete or prevent ceremonies that summon malevolent entities in symbol-laden, suffocating environments. Each session feels different, with unpredictable events and hazards. Co-op ramps up the stress. Trust is essential, but a single mistake can doom the entire group. Expect dramatic reversals and shared panic, a great pick for fans of unusual multiplayer horror. Visually somber and rich with esoteric imagery, Ritual Tides blends classic horror with experimentation. Face the unknown with friends, or fall together. A cornerstone of Japanese horror returns with the Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly remake. Twins Mio and Mayu are trapped in a cursed village, stalked by vengeful spirits steeped in folklore that amplifies dread at every step. The iconic camera obscura remains the heart of gameplay. To exorcise ghosts, you must photograph them, getting dangerously close and timing your shots perfectly. This unique mechanic turns each encounter into a tense dance of fear and strategy. Modern visuals and new animation aim to deepen immersion without losing the original's soul. Perfect for longtime fans and newcomers discovering a foundational horror classic. Deathground takes terror someplace unexpected. A survival horror where your enemies are intelligent, vicious dinosaurs. Set in abandoned labs and industrial sites, you must move quietly to avoid apex predators like raptors and the T-Rex. Closed spaces make them even more terrifying. Built around co-op, each player has a role with unique abilities, and only tight teamwork gives you a chance. Dinosaur AI is adaptive and unpredictable, making every encounter different and potentially fatal. By fusing classic horror tension with a fresh setting, Deathground stands out. Perfect for anyone who wants an intense, original survival experience where nature is the ultimate nightmare. From Bloober Team comes I Hate This Place, an unsettling project blending 80s aesthetics and comic book flair into a surreal, frightening world. Set across small American towns hiding unspeakable horrors, its saturated colors and illustrated yet alive environments give it a striking visual identity. Gameplay combines exploration, narrative, and psychological tension. Terror stems not only from monsters, but from distorted perception and reality slipping out of focus. The goal is a distinctive horror experience that stands apart through bold art direction. With its narrative ambition and willingness to experiment, I Hate This Place could become one of the genre's most original and talked-about releases, memorable for its scares and its never-before-seen visual language. And those were the 10 most anticipated upcoming horror games. Which one will you try first? And which scares you the most? Tell me in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. More gaming nightmares are coming soon. See you in the next one.